What's up now? It's me, Will. Back with another one. Recovering addict named Will. Alright, I was talking to somebody that was in that's in recovery, right? They got multiple years clean. I think they got like 6 or 7 years clean, sober, off drugs, alcohol, period. And we were talking, and we were talking about when you were once you done got your life together, when you start living your life and you kind of run into people, because there's still people that are still out there in active addiction or active alcoholism. What to tell them? You know what I mean? And my thing, this is me, because I done had that happen to me on numerous occasions. I've been sober, clean. I've been clean, sober since March 7, 2007. 16 years. I've been doing this for 16 years. I haven't had a drink or drug or any mood or mind-altering substance that will alter my mood. Something that's outside of myself. Well, anyway, a subject that me and the other person was talking about was when you run into people that's still in active addiction or active alcoholism, and they're still, out there. What to tell them, because they gonna, they ask. I done had them ask me questions. You look different. Hey, yo, you look different. You look like you're doing good. Da, 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 da. And the person told me that what they do is, this is them, because everybody got a certain way of how they deal with it. Because I look at it like this, from a broad perspective. Some people, when they actually get their life together, it was very uncomfortable for them. So, when they run into people, places and things that they used to be involved with, they have a kind of like a stern way of dealing with it. Myself, when I run into people, this is me, because I try to pass the blessing on to someone. And the thing about it, passing the blessing is not just digging in my pocket and say, here go a couple of dollars. I know you still out there. But I do that too. I see them, they ask me for money, I'll give it to them. But this is a group effort. Everybody, I ain't saying you need to think about it. Think about what I'm saying. Don't just say, I don't want to hear what he got to say. Just hear me out. If everybody runs into whoever they run into, and they still in active alcoholism or active drug addiction, the thing that I do, this is me, I always give them a good message. The good message, even though I might dig in my pocket and say, here go a couple of dollars, but before I give them a couple of dollars, I always tell them, it's your turn now. When you gonna get your life together? It's your turn. It's your turn to turn it in and get yourself together. That's all you got to do. I try to give them something to grab onto, even though they're not trying to hear it. Because at the moment, people are going to get their life together when they ready to do it. I already know that, because it was like that for me. But here's the thing. This is what happened to me. When that time came for me to make a decision to stop using drugs and drinking, I remember all the little micro messages that people have told me when I was in the middle of trying to go get me some more drugs or get me some more alcohol. I remember that. Or I might have not been trying to go get some. I might have just been high at the time, But I remember those messages. I remember the multitudes of people that actually say, hey man, when you need to get yourself together. Hey man, why don't you go get cleaned up? Hey man, why don't you go on into treatment and get your life together? Hey man, you can live a better life. I remember those messages. And the reason why I'm making this video is because even though you got your life together and you done moved on, it's your time. It's your turn to give the blessing to somebody else by giving them a micro message, even if you think they ain't heard you. Trust and believe they heard you. Subconsciously, they thinking about what you said. Not at the given time, but they're going to be thinking about what you said when something dramatically happens and they need to change their life. They're going to remember that. They're going to say, wait a minute. I remember when such and such said I need to get myself together. I remember when my kids say, when you going to stop drinking, Daddy? When you going to stop drinking, Mommy? I remember when my I'm talking about me now, not from the last phrase, mommy, because I'm not a mommy. I'm a straight dude. It ain't nothing but, I'm not, hey, it's all beef right here, beef. Well, anyway, let me get back to it. I remember when I was arrested and the police don't know me from Adam, but they looked at me and said, man, you need to get yourself together. It might have been in a harsh way. It was life-saving information that I needed to hear at that given time, even though I wasn't trying to do it. But when I was ready to do it, I remember those messages. I remember them. So my thing is, if you are sitting up and you care about a person, even if you don't give 2 square pennies about a person, if you just give them a small micro message, you ain't got to preach to them, but you want to give them, because anything that's good is going to sink down to the subconscious, whether you know it or not. Because when that time come, how many minutes you might have left on the clock, because God gonna call you home one of these days. God of your understanding is gonna say it's time. Come on, I can't let you live no more. Somebody else need to take your slot. But some of us wake up before that time, way before that time come. And you can remember subconscious those people that actually reached out to you when you weren't trying to hear it, to get your life together. You can remember that. I remember that. So I think it's a group effort. Because when I run into people that I don't know Adam, I don't know them from Adam. And if they sitting up asking me for a couple of dollars, how you doing? If they sitting up asking me for whatever they need, but I know that they living backwards, they're not living good, you know what I do? I'll still reach in my pocket if I got it, and I'll give it to them. But I'm gonna be part of the solution of their subconscious when they wake up. Hopefully they wake up before it's too late. Because some people wake up, but it be too late. You know what I mean? Some people wake up and they'll wake up on their deathbed. Some people wake up to a hefty prison sentence. There's bugs out here. To a hefty prison sentence they might end up being in prison for the rest of their life because they did something that they weren't supposed to do. It caused a really bad thing. Some people wake up because of health reasons, but you always got to remember the clock is still ticking. Not everybody is going to wake up, but if you as an individual see if somebody's reaching out to you, reach out to them through words of encouragement. Words are powerful. When we speak blessings. So when you are talking to somebody and that somebody is really going through it, and you know maybe 15% of their problem could be drugs or alcohol, that might just be 15, maybe 10%. Maybe it might be 2% of their problem. You know, yo, you might want to quit doing that, because that right there, every time you put that in your body, you end up getting a prison number. You end up going to jail. You end up living unmanageable. You end up not being able to pay your bills. You end up with the refrigerator with no food in the refrigerator. You end up not being able to take care of your kids. You end up not getting respect that you deserve because you're not respecting yourself. You're not loving yourself. I mean, it's multiple reasons why a person should get their life together. Getting off drugs, get off alcohol. If you got a problem with it. Not everybody has a problem with drugs and alcohol. Not everybody has a substance abuse issue because they partake. They smoke weed, they drink, they do drugs. They might not have a problem, a substance abuse problem. But if you know that a person that has a substance abuse problem and they need to hear some words of encouragement, it ain't gonna kill you just to speak some truth into their mind, even though it might hurt. You might say some things that might make them buckle up. You might say some things that might make them want to knuckle up. You might say some things that might make them want to X you out of their life for life. But when it comes down to it and it's all done and said, and that person actually wakes up before their clock runs out, they're going to remember what you said. They might not say, oh, I please forgive me for my reactions the way you talk to me. But they'll have the forgiveness. The forgiveness will be, it'll be to where they won't be repeating what they done. They're searching a solution to live a better life. You know, I'm not saying everybody that does drugs and alcohol got problems, but you got a group of people they're like me, that drugs and alcohol, they can't put it in their body. It's something that just they can't do. They can't do it. It's just because it throws them all the way off, you know. But my phone always goes off in these videos. Y'all notice that? I gotta fix that problem. Well, anyway, I'm gonna talk for a little bit longer. But the solution to a lot of people's problem just for the day is to give them a good message. Just reach out. If they reach out to you and you know they got an issue, you just gotta tell it. Yo, you might want to get yourself together, man. Or woman, you never know. It could be whoever. And it might be somebody that you deeply, deeply care about. But if you care about them, you will always tell them that. And for a stranger, because I have strangers that come up to me sometime and they ask for money. And I can tell. I can tell. Trust me, I've been there, done that, been out there. You can give them a message. And they'll sit and they'll listen to you for a hot second. But deep within them, they trying to finish what they're doing. But when it's all done and said at the end, they gonna remember what you said. They gonna remember what everybody else was telling them. That kind of like understood what they were going through. Because I know people right now. I can give you 3 people right now, if they were to have their life together in the way that they're socially accepted, they can help thousands of people, man. I know people like that right now. They can help thousands because they've been through a lot. But it's not for me to say, okay, it's time for you to go right now. No, only thing I can do is give them something that, hey, yo, this is what I did. I got my life together. I stopped using drugs. I stopped getting high. And then you got some people that's stuck in denial. But if they stuck in a denial stage, let them be there. Because one day, if they keep doing it, more will be revealed to them. That, yo, you might want to take a look at that and get yourself and stop using. Get with some AA, get with a NA, get with a GOD of your understanding, get with something. Figure it out, because everybody got a formula that works for them from the inside. It's an inside out job. Everybody has a formula. You just have to find out which what will work for you. That's everybody, because God gave us that gift. That's a gift human beings have. I said in my last video, we have a gift of change. We have a gift to be able to do different. That's what God created, because God already knew when we were created. God already knew these humans finna make a bunch of mistakes. So I got to give them something else. Let me give them some feelings and emotions, and that will give them a chance to kind of understand who they are, so they can feel, so they can actually change something from on the inside out and fix themselves. Everything is here for us, and God works through each individual person. I'm not a preacher. I don't sit up there and preach out the Bible, because I don't know the Bible like that. But I know right from wrong, and I know what it's like to have compassion for another human being. I'm talking about some spiritual, real spiritual stuff. You gotta do it. When I run into people that see me and they still out there, I just tell them, yo, man, it's your turn. It's your time to shine. I'm shining. Look at me shining. Now it's your turn.